Hi, welcome back to Wine Mastery. We have got some fizz for you and we're going to taste it now. So, fizz it is indeed. Not only is it fizz, it's actually fizz from France.
Okay.
Well, let's have a look at the bottle. Let's have a look at the bottle. There we go. Now, this vineyard, we have tasted one of their wines, one of their sparkling wines before. It is actually the wine from that vineyard the House of Lords actually use. They supply the House of Lords in the UK, the upper parliament, for their fizzy. So, you know, it's got a lot of pedigree. This particular one is their Brut Vintage 2022, and it's made mainly from Chenin Blanc.
I do like a bit of Chenin, John.
With just a little bit of Chardonnay in, evidently. So, so I think, you know, obviously, it's not champagne, it's not from that area. In actual fact, we've got different grapes, haven't we? Or Chardonnay and...
Yeah, they have a touch of Chardonnay in there, but not... Yeah. In champagne, it's usually generally that is the main grape,
one, yeah. So not going to be exactly the same. But however, you know, we're filming this a few weeks before Christmas. Could well be a nice, but you know, what's the price? I hear you saying. I know it's coming in my head. So, if you were to buy one of these, this is how much it would cost. £17.50.
Oh, John.
I know. Be still, you beating heart. But we bought these from a chain in the UK called Majestic, and if you buy them with 5 other wines, i.e. 6 wines, you buy 6 wines at once, it goes plummeting down to £12.50. Much more my style. Much more my
That's
style.
such a really good discount as well.
It is a very good discount. Isn't it?
Of course, you're speaking to the master.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably nearly about 33, isn't it? %. But it actually makes, you know, £12.50. It's almost bordering on, you know, not everyday wine, but every week wine.
I mean, I know you did the maths very quickly, but that's a £5 off a bottle. That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money, It is a lot. Big proportion. So, you know, well, let's see. Shall we see if it's worth it? Because obviously you might be paying that and it's £12.50, and if you don't like it, it's still a waste, isn't it?
It is. So let's give it a go.
Let's give it a go. Okay. Thank you, sir.
You, sir, are more than welcome. Okay, first things first, as always.
Let's have a look at the colour.
Let's have a look at the colour. So... Okay, very straw-like, I would say.
A little bit of lemony.
Clean, almost a touch of green in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. But yeah, it looks clean, fresh. It looks exactly as it should.
Brilliant.
So we've got the old nose.
Oh, that's nice. I can almost, I don't know if it's imagination, but you know when sort of CO2, the bubbles are coming up and you can sort of,
That's half of it, isn't it?
CO2.
That is. You're right, it does smell delicious as well, doesn't it? It's, that is...
it's very light and...
Delicate.
Delicate, that's the word.
Yeah. It's subtle, but nice. You know, it doesn't... But then it doesn't need to be in your face all the time, does it? And Oh, I tell you what, it's making my mouth water a bit just from smelling it. Yeah. So it's a good sign. Good sign. Yeah. So I'm ready to give that a go, John.
Okay, let's go.
Ooh. Ooh.
It's not one-dimensional either. There's a couple of different tastes coming at you there.
You know, that just perfectly fits the nose. You know, and again, I would describe that as delicate and subtle.
Yeah.
But like you say, there's a complexity there.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, and there's a sort of softness. It starts off very sort of feeling very soft, very rounded, and then the acidity, and it's not over the top when I say that, but just the acidity, refreshing acidity, just comes at the end there.
And it's like it kind of hits all your taste buds as well. It gets everything, the front, the middle, the back, and every little bit is a little taste sensation. I mean, for me there, I'm getting it's Chenin, isn't it? So I do recognise the crisp green apples in there, and also quite a floral flavour. It's like for me it's not quite as that sounds a bit bad. It's not quite as harsh as some champagnes can be. I think that's the acidity in there, but it's still got a lot of flavour there. This is a really good.
Yeah, and the other thing I'm purposely not taking another sip because I'm just trying to sort of judge the length, and the length is very reasonable, very reasonable indeed.
I'll tell you what that is. That's a really nice starter for pre-champagne, you know, I think that'd be, if you're not a fan of champagne or you want to get started on champagne, that is a really good starter on that.
Well, and also, I mean, that makes if you were buying a bottle of Moët, the sort of bog standard Moët, £30 maybe more, depending on where you're buying it, a bottle. This is like a third of the price.
Yeah.
And in my view, it's better, much better.
I think you put that right into perspective there. I'd never even thought about that. Like I said, a bottle of Moët, kind of bog standard. No, I can't say that really, but it is the benchmark almost for a lot of champagnes. That's what people go for because they know the name Moët Chandon, and I bet a lot of people who drink it don't particularly like it. They just have it because it's Moët Chandon. That, however, I think is completely great. I rate that over Moët Chandon.
Oh, so do I. I'd much rather have, things you can almost have 3 bottles of this for. But even so, if I was given the choice, it was free to me, and someone said, "Do you want a bottle of Moët? Do you want a bottle of this?"
Yeah.
I'd go for this.
Yeah, I get it
every
completely.
time.
Well, I think the Moët, the acidity in there is. We've tried Moët many times. And a lot of times Moët puts people, and we must have discussed this in earlier videos, Moët puts a lot of people off champagne because they're paying, like you say, £30 for something that's supposed to be prestigious. And they're trying to think, why do people like that? And that's what puts people off paying a lot more money. As I've said many times, we've tried many times, is the Paul Roger, which of course I think is beautiful, but people are dubious about spending £50 on it because they've tried Moët Chandon.
Yeah.
And this for me, I'd say I'm going to use the word excellent.
Yeah, I think that even for 17.50, again taking into account Moët would be 30, then it's still worth that. Perhaps I should be saying that because Majestic might. But anyway, at 12.50, it's a no-brainer.
At 12.50, that's outstanding. Even at 17.50, as you say, that's still a very, very good value compared to some champagnes you see on the shelves.
Absolutely. Well, and delicious. Absolutely delicious. I mean, I could, so it's perfect. We'll get on to pairing, but it's perfect on its own. It'd be perfect for a celebratory drink. You wouldn't need anything.
You're spot on there, John. Because now I'm thinking pairing. I'm thinking, don't really need anything with this. And I tell you what, as well, I've almost finished that glass, and I'm thinking I might have another glass there. Because that is, I reckon we get down the bottle very quickly.
Yeah, absolutely.
With that one. And I bet that's the kind of thing that, if again, guests, especially as John said, we're filming just a few weeks before Christmas now, on the table for Christmas, I would not be embarrassed about that.
Well, I think I've said before, if you look at previous videos, that normally on Christmas morning, I'll get up and open a bottle. First thing I do is open a bottle of champagne.
Yeah.
I think I might well just get one of these and open one of these.
You can get half a dozen and the £12.50 a go.
Absolutely.
And that sorts Christmas out entirely.
Yeah. I don't know if we get round to Christmas dinner, but
it doesn't matter. Who needs that?
It's always tomorrow. It's always Boxing Day.
So, right, pairings then.
Pairing then, okay. Do you want to go first or shall I?
I'll go with it only because when you said it, I was thinking, and I'm going to go, and I do recommend this quite a lot, with said kind of sparkling a bit, something like the Délice de Crémière or Délice de Bourgogne, which I'm fairly right in saying they are very similar cheeses, just different areas, the regions they're made in, but almost like a triple cream, solid, unpasteurized, like a solid brie. But that, I have it. I sometimes have them on top of mince pies instead of cream. That's how rich and lush it is. But those two together, I imagine, would be a good match.
Sounds delish. For me, as John said, you wouldn't need to pair it, but if I was trying to pair it with some food, then I'd go for something like a buttery fish dish, like a lemon sole with some butter on it. And also, it's got enough acidity to be able to cope with something like smoked salmon if you were just having sort of canapes or something to begin before you started lunch or dinner. But yeah, fish, obviously fish, I'd go with this.
Oh, John, I've run out to wrap this up. That's to me speaks volumes. Does that we've supped to that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So
scoring.
Okay. Okay. All right. Me first. All right. So again, we always say this. We always have to put the price in there at £12.50. Well, £17.50, but let's say you can get a £12.50 by 6, which I would highly recommend. because that's not going to go to waste. Like you can keep that in your fridge and bring it out whenever you have guests or just when you fancy it. So I'm going to give this a respectable. Here we go.
So I'm judging this on 12.50, and from you saying respectable, I think my score is going to be higher than yours.
Okay.
And I was one or the other. I'm going to go 90.
Ooh, I didn't quite touch 90. I went to 89.
That was my other figure.
Yeah.
Is it 89? Is it 90? And I thought £12.50. £12.50.
How much? But no, well. Again, it's cracking value. I just didn't want to, because I do reserve 90 and over for things which are really stand out or are outstanding for me. But then that's a personal thing. But I think you're never going to be disappointed with that at all.
No, and as I say, it's a 12.50 for me. I probably would have been at sort of 88, 89 at the 17.50 mark, maybe 87, 88. But for £12.50, I just think that's incredible value.
Yeah,
super. Okay, guys. Well, we're just going to have a viewer's question now. So slide the screen and let's have a viewer's question. Okay, so the question, this episode's question comes from Jimmy Gilbert. So Jimmy wanted to know, he enjoys Sauvignon Blanc, feels a little bit stuck in it. In other words, he's, I think from what he was saying in his email, and wants to know something else he could try, but he would like if he likes Sauvignon Blanc. Okay,
good question, Jimmy. And I'm pleased that you're asking that as well, because a lot of people can get stuck quite easily in a rut almost. I've done it myself, where you like the Sauvignon and you're a bit afraid to try something else. One thing I will say, and this is across the board before answering your question, is you should always try something different. I know it's like when you go into the shop and you see the Sauvignon, see something a bit different. Will I get that? I know I like the Sauvignon. Well, I'll just take the Sauvignon. But the way you find...
For some people, it can be even worse than that, because they just go for the same bottle of Sauvignon.
Oh, yeah,
they don't even want to try a different...
The same brand. That's me mum. If you're watching, mum, I told you. But yeah, you're completely correct. But always trying something different. All right. Maybe you're not going to be overly impressed sometimes, but that's how you find the wines that you really, really do like. But if you're specifically looking for something like a Sauvignon, want to get away from Sauvignon, I would recommend Albariño, which is a Spanish wine. It's got a similar kind... Sauvignon, for me, is probably the most acidic of all wines, the one that really can give me the heartburn. But yeah, if you move on to Albariño, it's a very young, fresh Spanish grape, and that, again, has that acidity in there, if that's the thing you're craving.
Excellent. Well, we hope that helped, Jimmy. Any of you got any more questions, please email them or comment on our website or indeed on the YouTube channel, and we'll be pleased to try and answer them and give you a shout out for asking. Okay, so until the next time, guys, we really look forward to seeing you. I hope we find another wine like this again. It's beautiful. We'll see you there. Chin chin.
Chin chin.